Hello and welcome to another guided session. In this session, we are going to explore setting new goals. Setting new goals is a very important step in achieving what we are looking for in our lives. It may be a relationship, a job, a success that we define as financial income or financial wealth. It could be a goal such as winning a marathon or achieving a physical condition, or even as simple as making a trip to a location that you have long wanted to do. Whatever your goal is, process is simple. It's a simple process that takes you from point A to point B, from where you are to your ultimate desired place. Now, once we reach that point, we are determined to pursue new goals. But up until then, if we do not reach it, we may consider ourselves failures. And failures are setbacks. Setbacks are things that happen in life. And setbacks often affect our motivation to live, motivation to succeed, our moods, and also affects everything else around it. Think of it like a puddle in which if you throw a rock, an object, there are rippled effects that permeate throughout. Very much like if you are suffering from depression, you might find yourself that you are not able to exercise or attend social functions or not perform as well if you are suffering from mood swings. This is the same way with failure. Setbacks are things that happen in life. And these things are things that affect us in very deep fundamental ways. So it is very, very important to know how to set goals. And there are steps to setting goals so that we may achieve these goals and find new inspiration and motivation through our accomplishments. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And that first step is very crucial. Crucial in that if you plan things and set goals appropriately, then you can reach a long-term goal. And that may require you to have stages, stage 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on the circumstances itself. So in order to achieve this, we must clear our minds. Our minds must also be free of clutter. When it's free of clutter, we are able to focus and zone in to the very important aspect of being in the moment to achieve the goals, knowing that you are crystal clear in your desire to get there. And often we find ourselves needing to concentrate. And concentration requires time, requires effort. And in our busy daily lives, this concentration is often lacking. It is for this very reason guided meditations are so effective. It helps to remove the clutter, makes you see things clearly, and follow on your goals. And setting goals is the first step. So let us begin this journey by simply taking a comfortable position, ensuring that our cell phones or smartphones are all turned off, and that there is nothing as far as noise or any other distractions that could take away from our attention, which we will turn inwards to explore our innate ability to follow our desires, our passions. So let us begin by taking comfortable seated position. You could be seated with your back upright, with your legs folded neatly underneath, and also your hands and palms overlapping each other above your navel or below your navel, should you choose to take the position. Alternatively, you could take a position where you are reclining in a comfortable chair, or you could even be lying down, making sure that your head is resting comfortably. At this time, it is also important to notice that your body must be relaxed, so I encourage you to unfold your arms and legs if you are in a reclined or lying position, and ensure that the lights are turned low and that you are ready to give full attention to yourself. Now, we can begin. Let us begin by taking a deep breath in and holding for a count of 2. 1, 2, and releasing very so gently. And notice how your rib cage and body just relaxes on a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you can take your breath in on a count of 4, which I will count. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold your breath on a count of 2. 1, 2. And release ever so gently, noticing that your body becomes more relaxed as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now please repeat this process in your own terms, counting silently in words for a count of 4 for the inhalation, a count of 2 for holding your breath, and a count of 4 for releasing ever so gently. And notice how your shoulders in your back just relaxes as you exhale ever so gently. And this exhalation is the first sign your body will receive in calming your heart rate and making sure that your brain waves return to a state where you are going to be able to focus inwards. This is the process which we have mastered through the years through meditation. And mastered through meditation is a good process because it helps you to achieve incredible results with minimal effort, simply by turning the attention inwards. Now, let us continue breathing deeply and concentrating on our breath. Breathing from your nose and exhale from your mouth. This process will oxygenate your blood, and that oxygen will help you to calm your mind and your heart. You will feel that you are becoming more focused if you just keep your attention on your breath. And you can even feel the differences in the temperature between the temperature that goes in and fills your lungs and the air that comes out of your mouth ever so gently. And that is warmed air that removes the toxins, that removes the carbon dioxide from your lungs. And if you let your breath sink deeply, you might even feel your belly extending forward. That means the air is able to move very deep into your lungs and oxygenate as best it can. The capillaries, exchange of oxygen takes place. And as you concentrate, bring your attention to the very top of your head. That's right. Some call it the crown chakra. We are going to just simply call it the top of your head, from which you are able to draw a straight line downwards through your body and making sure that your body is aligned. And everything that is aligned must fit perfectly into the body's natural state. That's right. And as you relax every point on that spot, as you travel your attention downwards, it could be your back, your stomach, your chest. Relax them, and your legs can also relax, even including places where you haven't thought of, like your kneecaps and the back of your knees and your heel. And the crevices between your toes can also relax. Because this relaxation sensation is only the beginning of a deeper journey where your mind follows what your body is attempting to do, which is to relax. And as you relax your body, your mind also relaxes and lets go of thoughts. Thoughts will flow like water. Water that just goes down the river towards a place unknown and disappears, like around the bend. And when you place your attention to that part of your mind that allows you to daydream, it is where all the information is stored. It is the part we call the unconscious, place where we master every skill we have, including brushing our teeth or eating or walking. And notice that you do not know how you walk, but you do. You cannot explain how the process happens, but it does happen. You can say, I take one foot forward before the other, and I touch my heel and my toes, but yet the process is unique to you. A process which you can only speak of, but can only be experienced deeply in the way that you learn to walk. You can tell someone that riding a bicycle is easy, yet the process is a learned process, a process that you master simply by paying attention. And paying attention is very, very important because it helps you to record information. And that information becomes the foundation of new learned skills. And you have been doing this throughout your life, ever since you were little. And you have mastered language, you have mastered skills like writing or reading, yet you cannot explain how reading happens. You just look at a page and words just flow in your mind, or you make meanings. Yet, this is the very process from which we must begin to understand that our innate abilities to master new skills comes from the foundation we have laid before us. Foundation of knowing that you must first want to do something, like walking or reading or writing. And then you must set goals towards doing it. It could be for a little child to walk across the room. It could be someone who's learning to read through a page or through a sentence and pronounce letters and words properly. And that process can extend to more complex things like setting up a business or achieving a personal goal like fitness. Or it could be simple as finding someone you love. And those goals must be set clearly. And it must be goals that are attainable and realistic. Now, those are two important factors which we must explore in the back of our minds in the unconscious processes. And that is simply this. If someone is going to learn to walk, we don't expect them to run. We don't expect them to walk miles first. It might be simply walking across the room, a short distance. So your goal must first be something that you feel is attainable. So if your goal is set up a business, then your goal must have stages. It might be finding finances, making a business plan, applying for a loan, learning to see how your business can succeed in a hostile environment, knowing what you will need to do when circumstances calls for immediate action. Could be situations where crises are happening and you need to react. And when you have run things through your head and made a simple plan of action, then you are on your way. Yet again, here, what is important to notice is the very idea that you are the sole captain on which your boat of hope and aspiration sail. That boat, that ship must sail towards the goal. Goal is where you would like to be. So through the days and months and days ahead, you must chart a course of attainable goals, things that are within your abilities. Maybe simply as getting up a certain time in the morning and getting from a point A to point B and performing certain tasks that will help you to get closer and closer to your goal. And then comes the secondary stages, building foundations like building a house, that you construct methods and strategies to achieving levels of success towards your ultimate goal. It could be for someone who's running to set a goal of running a mile and then 2 miles and then 4 miles and then 6 miles, eventually building up the strength to run 10 miles and then working to be able to run a half marathon, then maybe a full marathon. And this process is setting goals. You are not expected to run a mile. You're not expected to run a half a marathon if you have never trained. So training your mind to follow a path sets your mind at ease. Knowing what to do, you will only have to follow the very things that are set for that day, for that week, which will eventually take you to your goal. Now, let's look at the other part. It's the flip side of the coin. One is attainable, which we call the heads, and the other side is the environment. You see, your environment must be nurturing. It must be a place where you are able to nourish through the efforts of your environment. So, if, for example, you are living in a place where you are not able to start your business or your goals, then you need to be able to find an environment that encourages it. It could be social gatherings or communities. It could be simply as people who are in the profession that you wish to aspire. And then put your attention there, so that they are in full support of your success. Success comes through when people are in unison. They're all in the course of action towards a common goal. So if you're a runner, You could find people who are like-minded and want to achieve better running goals. So they run 3 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles, and you are welcome to join them so that you find encouragement through your environment, so that you may go forth and see measurable advancements in your efforts. So if you can mark down on a piece of paper, say today I have done a mile, and next week I will do 1.5 miles. And the week after that, if you do 2 miles, you have achieved your goals. Yet your goal may be running the marathon. So you have taken steps towards your goal. And taking those steps is the first fundamental step in achieving them. Setting goals is the very nature of success. Knowing where you want to head, that's where you will go. It's like driving. If your head turns in certain directions, your hands will naturally follow motion. That's why before you take a turn to your right or left, your head turns first and your hands and feet follow the action and steer the car or the vehicle in that direction. So first, you must look in the direction and see that the direction that you're heading is the one you would like to go down. That's right, down this path towards where you want to go. And when you are getting there, you will find yourself that there are certain things that are going to happen. It could be setbacks. Setbacks are natural. Maybe you will not be able to run the 2.5 miles that you have planned in 3 to 4 weeks from now. Then when that happens, realize that your progress will never be a straight line, but will fluctuate, because perhaps the week after, when you have gained strength, you'll be able to run 3 miles. All these things are contingency plans towards your goal of attainment, your ultimate desire. It is for this reason you have to be able to concentrate and clear your mind of all the rubbish, all the clutter that hinders you from attaining your goal. So it is your unconscious mind that will guide you through those mazes where challenges and obstacles may be in your path. And that way you are able to go from point A to point B as fast as possible. And when you realize that your unconscious processes are the rulers, they are the ultimate definers of how successful you will be, you have to ask yourself the very question: am I ready to achieve this goal? And your innate ability to answer that question clearly will define how you will do it. A lot of people are afraid of success. A lot of people will sabotage themselves along the way to success. And that is because they are not ready for success. And they are not ready to attain goals. It is for this reason you must begin by asking yourself and waiting for that answer to come to you clearly: am I ready for success? And your unconscious mind will answer that question clearly. And if there are any blockages, there are any hindrances, you will be noticed. You'll be noticing how this is affecting you. You may see that you have put patterns of choosing a certain action, and that action may not be the most beneficial towards you attaining those goals. So you must relinquish those behaviors and habits by taking conscious decision to notice them and letting your unconscious mind make those decisions to change them. So ask your unconscious mind at this very moment, can you make those changes for me to attain these goals that I've set for myself? And when, if your unconscious mind answers, then if the positive answer is there, then you can proceed. If there are things that are blocking, those will be apparent. And then you can ask your unconscious mind to remove those blockages and hindrances. It says, can you remove these? And you do not need to know how, because your unconscious is smarter than you are, because it knows everything you have ever done, and all the information is there to find the resources for you to achieve that goal. Now, I'd like you to bring your attention to your breath again, and let us go deeper down another level. Imagine this beautiful flake of snow traveling down the sky, traveling down ever so gently, passing mountain tips, trees, into a valley that's so deep, and landing gently on the ground where your attention just drifts down. And that snow flake can be seeing the river running down and down towards an unknown destination that is far and deep. And when you are able to concentrate a little more, you can find you are drifting down deeper and deeper, and allowing your unconscious mind to pull up all the resources for you to set goals and attain them through careful planning, through perseverance. And you can set yourself these goals on paper and make plans to achieve them, keeping in mind that they have to be doable, they have to be supportive of the environment, and they have to be achievable in a certain period of time. They have to be measurable. If you can measure your success by the days from which you have started to the points in the future, by marking points, then you are able to go from point A to point B, knowing that you have made progress. And your unconscious mind is very good at knowing and keeping track of your progress. That's why for those who begin to run every day will find themselves feeling guilty if they have skipped a day or two, because your unconscious mind knows that you have set it into motion, a goal to achieve certain things, and a habit forming process has started. That's why it's important to listen to these recordings 21-day period, because in 21 days the processes do begin to take shape and form. So I encourage you to listen to these recordings time and time again, preferably at the same time every day, in a calm environment, so that you can make these processes part of your inner self, knowing that you have set yourself goals. And these recordings are recordings that are going to help you to achieve it. And a 21-day commitment is a good time commitment to start making progress. This is the kind of process that is required for everyone. Everyone needs to know what they are going to do each and every day to achieve a goal. Maybe as simple as doing something that is going to aid you and help you towards that goal. So we begin this process and allow the process to advance, and let your inner side, the deeper side, your unconscious side, find all the resources that it needs to achieve your goals. Setting goals is important. So I always tell my clients, if you want to succeed, you must first allocate yourself the time. Give permission to yourself for success. And they come time after time with good news of their success. So I wish you the same. Tell yourself that you can do it. Achieve your goals and set new goals, and you will walk towards success confidently. Confidence is very important. And on that, I leave you to ponder and let your unconscious mind begin the process of change. Change to set you in the path of success by setting appropriate goals. And we can bring your attention now to your breath and return to the room in which you are, and allow yourself to feel joy and happiness and peace of mind. And I thank you for listening. See you in our next recording.